Shut up, Steven. Just roll the intro. Alright guys, we start run 2 of week 2, a 5-minute walk and then a 7-minute jog. I'm curious, I've never been here before. This is the Lauer Trail, and it's a very flat, it's rails to trails essentially. So I'm excited to run in a different place. It's been by my house all these years and I've never been there, so here we are. I've got a lot going on today. Just got the kids on the bus, ran in, changed, drove here, and gonna get this run in, and then I gotta go home, get cleaned up, go to work. So we're squeezing it in. I'm making it a point not to miss these workouts because I know if I miss one, it's gonna be easier to skip out on another one and another one. And guys, I wanna see progress. I don't wanna be where I'm at now. And for me to see progress, we gotta keep moving forward. So that's what we're doing today. It's a beautiful day right now. Whew, feels so good. All right guys, it's the first 7-minute run out of 3 today. My goal is to keep it steady on this run so I don't wear myself out, and remember to breathe. Whew. We got this, you guys, let's go. Alright guys, the first run of 7 minutes is done. I'm actually not as out of breath as I felt like I would have been. I'm definitely no more out of breath than last week after the 5-minute runs, and just now that it's kind of hitting me. But during the run I actually felt fine. My legs felt good, my knees felt a little stiff. I probably should focus on that a little bit more, kind of stretching out a little bit better, getting the legs loosened up better before I take off on a run. But we have 5 minutes to walk. I'm curious to see how this goes, if it's like the 5-minute walk, 5-minute run from last week. I progressively felt better every run, so we'll see. All right, it's time to just catch our breath and take in nature. Whew. All right guys, run number 2 begins now. Let's go. All right guys, we're at the halfway point. I'm gonna turn around now. We'll head back to the car. Halfway through run 2. One more run to go. All right, here we go. Whew. We got 8 seconds till we're done with run 2. Here we go. I'm ready to walk. Yes, we did it, guys. Another run without walking. Man, it feels so good. It feels so good. That run felt better than the first. Although, with the way my legs are feeling right now, I have a feeling the third one's gonna be a little bit of a struggle, but we won't know. So I'm just gonna walk, catch my breath, focus on that, and get ready for this last 7-minute run. Whew. Feeling good. Feel good. Come on, guys, we did it. Run 3 is done. Whew. I picked up the pace there at the very end, pushed myself there a bit. I'm not gonna lie, run 3, it felt good again. I sound more out of breath now than how I felt when I was running. I will say what I was feeling on run 3 though, my legs, my legs were getting tired. And not so much my knees anymore, but my hips felt tight. So I'm gonna have to look at addressing that before next run. Kind of stretching out, getting them loosened up, even post this run. Because I'll be honest, guys, typically, after a run, if I'm gone somewhere, like here, I'll just get in my car, drive home, get some water, sit down and rest. Or even if I'm running at home, I'll run in, you know, take my shoes off, kind of walk around a bit, get some water, sit down and rest. So I need to incorporate some more stretching, primarily after, but also before. Get everything loosened up before and after each run. That is one area that I could tell, at least on this run, that I'm lacking. I really enjoyed running on this trail. Only downside is it's so close to a road that you hear a lot of traffic noise. I mean, you're out under this tree cover, you've got a river on one side, forest on the other, and then traffic noise on top of the beautiful sounds of nature, but it's all good. All right, guys, we're gonna get back to the house and we'll talk about run 3 in a little more detail, show you guys some of the stats. I'm pumped. I feel a lot like I did after the first run last week. Pumped. Let's go, guys. All right, guys, we are done with run number 2 of week number 2. Today was the first run where we incorporated 7 minutes of continuous running, and then we separated that with 5 minutes of walking. So it was 5 minutes of walking, 7 minutes of running, repeating that 3 times. And guys, I'm pleasantly surprised, similar to how it was on last Tuesday when I walked 5 minutes and then I ran 5 minutes. If you remember, after that video, I was buzzing. I thought, like, this is it. Like, this is gonna be easy and I'm gonna be able to do it, because I was just, I don't know, it just felt so good. And I kind of have that same feeling with this run. I think the 5 minutes of walking definitely helped. And the 7 minutes of continuous running, I don't want to say wasn't a big issue, but I couldn't honestly tell a difference from the 5 minutes of continuous running that I did last week. I'll go as far as to say that this run felt easier than last Wednesday's run, where I believe it was 3 minutes of walking, 5 minutes of running. I don't know, this one just felt like everything kind of fell together as far as my legs and my breathing. Yes, breathing though was still an issue. However, not so much when I was running, but when I would stop running and I would start the 5 minutes of walking, I was super out of breath, but I was able to catch it a little bit quicker, and then I was able to start running with no issue at all. When it comes to breathing techniques, what do you guys do? I know some people breathe through their nose. I haven't really tried that yet. I'm afraid that I wouldn't be able to get as much oxygen as my lungs feel like they need as I'm starting out. But I'm curious, what breathing techniques do you guys use when it comes to running? I will say, like I mentioned in the running portion of the video, that I did feel some stiffness in my knees. That kind of loosened out and shook out after the first run. And then at the end of the run, I could kind of feel a little bit of stiffness in my hips. I know a lot of that has to do with my lack of, my lack of fitness, but also my lack of stretching. I don't really loosen up before a run, and I don't really do much after a run. I know that's going to have to change, and I need to start that honestly immediately. I need to start loosening up better, or actually just start loosening up before a run instead of just using that walking period. I need to actually do some things to loosen up. And same with after the run. I need to do things once I'm done running, once I'm done with that cool down, to kind of just continue to shake things out a bit. I don't want to overload this video with questions, but what are some things that you guys do before a run and after a run as far as stretching goes, or, you know, loosening up the hips or anything like that. I will say though, even though that this run, I felt good and I was super pumped by it, judging off of last week, I just know it's gonna get tougher, and yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that. Tomorrow is the next run, and I'm not quite sure exactly how much we're shortening the walking by. If it was like last week, I believe it's gonna be 3 minutes of walking and 5 minutes of running. And if that's anything like last week, this was my toughest run. So I just gotta get rested up and get focused for this next run coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the stats of the run up on the screen so you guys can just get an idea of all that it entailed, see the cadence, heart rate, all that good stuff. This was a really flat run, so really no elevation change whatsoever. It was on a rails to trails, and I'm disappointed in myself. I've lived here for a little over 3 years, and it's the first time that I'd ever been there, and I absolutely loved running there. I will definitely be running there again, maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. It's really close to where I live. It's actually just really close to where I go trail running at Canoe Creek State Park, and so it's a great alternative to running on the trails or running on the road. It's like a little good mix of both. It's a loose gravel trail, it's a nice wide path, and it's just an awesome area. That trail actually runs 17.5 miles, and so if once I'm there, I could possibly one day maybe turn that into a 50K for myself. We're way, way, way far from that, but as I was running, I'm like, I could run to the end and back. Like someday, like I want to run to the end and come back. I think that would be a cool little self-supported 50K run to do, but again, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm just trying to run 5K for the moment. I just want to thank you guys for checking out this video. Thank you so much for all the support, guys, all the love in the comments and on Strava and Instagram. It really is pushing me forward. I see the kudos, I see the likes. Guys, I read and respond to all your comments. It really means so much to me. So, as always, go ahead, leave a comment, hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button. As I mentioned before, we're so close to 300 subscribers that I can taste it. And let's try to get there before the end of the year. That would be amazing. I'd love to see you guys on social media. Links are below. Go ahead and click on those. Follow on Instagram, follow on Strava, join the Husky Runners. It's our Strava running group that we have here. And I love seeing all that you guys are doing, and I love giving you guys likes and kudos as well. And so that allows me to see, who's following me, that I can follow you back. Follow for follow. I'm just kidding. But anyways, guys, seriously, if I could just reach through and give you guys a sweaty old hug, I would. You guys are awesome. As always, we're going to continue with this series, the Couch to 5K series. Next week, I will be filming my weight loss update. And if there are any other videos or content you guys would like to see, by all means, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys are interested in watching. And yeah, until tomorrow's run, I'll see you guys later.